Okay, so welcome back again.
Yeah.
Um, so I prepared a tea, and I hope will feel better with that. Um, I don't have a green tea. It's a black tea. We say about that. But I like Chinese green tea. I think the quality is much better than here. Um, uh, some really good ones from China.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you know that, no?
Yeah. Because that's uh, in my hometown. My hometown is also famous for the one kind of green tea, which is Longjing tea from Hangzhou.
Yeah, okay. And so this has a high quality. And do you drink your tea with sugar or without sugar? Only tea.
On I can tell you that Chinese never drink tea with sugar.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. If I have a look at the English people, yeah, so they
Yes. They
they
also put sugar in the
yeah
black tea, right?
they take sugar and they put milk in it.
Milk tea is another thing.
Yeah, yeah, but it's English people are sometimes a little bit different. Okay, so you should see the presentation.
Yeah.
Um, so um, yeah, what we when we speak about digital goods, we also have here on the online games. Yeah, online games is also a big business. Um, young people from all over the world they play against the other, and so these are ego shooters or whatever they play. So or races, yeah, and so it's sometimes really interesting, and so you can get your the games for your Xbox or for your PlayStation, and moreover you can use games for your computer. Um, so it's a very very interesting business. And so it's a possibility that people from different countries they come together and via internet and they play games. Yeah, and so it's something really interesting. Um, Yeah, virtual goods used with the virtual economies of online games and communities. Yeah, so this is also um, a market. Yeah, workbooks. Yeah, so um, for example, I have my Volvo. Yeah, and um, the manual for that for the car is on my iPhone. Yeah, so I can then, if I have to look at something, I can, I can use it everywhere. Yeah, and yeah, this is something that is also convenient. It helps you to to be better informed. To if the car is giving back uh, technical information. Yeah, so if a light goes on, you can then check it out what that is. So the newest possibilities uh, come from Tesla. Yeah, so um, it thinks that the car is always online, and all the data, all the telemetry data, yeah, will be checked. So it's a bit the same as we know that from airplanes, yeah, from professional airplanes, and it's yeah, giving more security, or more safety, I would say, to the people. Yeah. Yeah. Then so these are possibilities. Yeah. So these all are digital goods. Yeah. And so what we have to know that it's a, yeah, it's a limited market. Yeah. Because you can only digitalize a few things, yeah, not all, yeah. That you can't eat digital food, yeah. um, so attributes. So that's the point, yeah. These products are not touchable. They are easy to duplicate or to copy, and uh, yeah, no quality problem. We have to discuss that, but there's no difference between the original and the copy. And this is a phenomenon that we have. Um, if you would produce a physical product, um, there will be a difference between two products. They can be very low. It's possible, yeah, but normally there are differences. Um, but if you make a copy of the software, you will have the same quality. And that's what I want to say. If you speak about there's no quality problem, you always will copy a software problem when there is one. The solution to solve it is very easy, because you can then send an update to the people. Yeah. But what you do is you only produce the product one time, and this is the big difference between a physical product. Yeah. If you will produce a physical product for one time, you will only sell it for one time. You need to produce many of that, and this is the biggest difference you have in the market. And this is one of the main points that companies are investing um, um, in such companies, because they know that if you produce it for one time, yeah, then you can deliver it to all people. Yeah, if you make a copy, it's the same. It's not the problem you have. And with the possibilities of the broadband, it makes it easy to offer this product as a downloadable product. It doesn't take so much time. You can do that fast. And what you do is you send a license code with it. And if the installation is made, you put in the license code, and then it's working. Yeah. So the delivery is very, very easy. The next point is you don't have the distribution costs. Yeah, it's also yes, you have your own site and the access to the whole. Yeah, it depends on the languages that you offer, but in principle, you have access to all people in the world. Yeah. So if you have a physical product, you need to have your company, your distributor. You need to have a wholesaler in another country. You need to have retailers in other countries. You need to build up a service there. Yeah, and these are all things that will cost money. If you're offering a service in a software company, you will only have one. Yeah, you need to have one. Possibly you need to have people who can speak more languages, but in principle, it's much more easy to offer a service because it can be centralized. Yeah, as a rule of digital good, as a rule, a digital good is aging fast. Yeah. So if you have a look at the stock market information, yeah, it is in the literature. It's said it is only in days. No, it's not only in days. It's becomes old in seconds. Yeah, and if you have a look at how the stock market works now, then you will see that most of the banks have an internet connection to all the stock markets where they buy and sell the stocks in seconds. Yeah, and they are the first. If there is a change in the market, the banks are the first one. So if you or if I want to make business in the stock market, we will be the last people because we are not fast enough. The computers of the banks, they run automatically. Yeah, they register. They identify a change in the market, and then there's a decision between selling and buying, and that will happen in seconds. Yeah, and so it will become more difficult for normal people to use the internet. Yeah, so if you have internet access, okay, yeah, you have your possibilities, but you are the last. You will be the last one in this chain. Yeah. So pop music, yeah. So yeah, so you can say it's in weeks or in months, possibly. Depends on the artist, and or if it's a summer hit, yeah, then you can say, okay, it's for 3 months, yeah, and then it's gone after that. Yeah, software, yeah, so can be months or years. Yeah, what you see, what you have on your phone. Yeah, this will um, yeah, there can be change in a few weeks. Yeah, because the software will be updated. But if you have software like Office, then you have to wait for the update and whatever. It depends on what the software is offering. So what if you need to update your antivirus software? Here it can be that these are days, yeah, possibly only days when the software has to be updated. Yeah. Yeah, and so if you have a look at the operating system, so it normally takes 2 or 3 years, yeah, and then there will be a new version. The same is situation is with applications. Yeah, so every 3 years, for example, Microsoft will then offer a new version. Yeah, you can see that it's Office 2010, Office 2013, Office 2016, and now we have Office 2019. Yeah, possibly it can change in next years that Microsoft will only offer the Office 365 version. Could be, yeah. But in the moment, it's like this, that the many people prefer the local installation. Yeah, an exception is publications where only the usage of the infrastructure is aging. Yeah, so it's yeah, for example, code readers. Yeah, code readers have the problem that there's also a change. Yeah, but if you have products and you put identifying code on that, it could be that in a few years you will not have the possibility to identify what the meaning was in former times. Yeah, so we have that in Germany. So we have we need to bring the nuclear rest of the nuclear rests to how do you say that? So, into the earth, yeah. So I need to have a look what the I don't know the word. So yeah, okay. So my system here says they speak about tunnels. Yeah, but I think you know what I mean. So if you want to store um, dangerous products in the earth in a more secure, you need to construct a tunnel, yeah, and you put it in, yeah. Um, Looking for another word. Yeah, speak about galleries, but I didn't have that in mind. Yeah, but I hope you know what I mean. Yeah. So the Germans normally what they do, they put the rest of the nuclear plant into a ton, and then they bring it to a tunnel and into a tunnel, and then it will be closed. Yeah. So it will then be um, coded. Yeah. So there will be a code on it, and it can then be if the idea is if you come back, that you have the possibility to identify what's inside. Yeah, but the problem is that these kind of information and how that works can change. Yeah, and it possibly could be that in a few years you will be not able to understand what the meaning was. Yeah. Yeah, low distribution costs of a digital good. We talked about that, so it's not necessary to repeat it. And the short time intervals until the next following software version comes to market. Yeah, so depends. Yeah, what we see at the offer of applications is if there's only a small change in the software, it will be uploaded. Yeah, so and then you can use it and can do so that you can use it for your phone. Yeah, I think sometimes this is not necessary to do like something like this, but it's also a kind of advertising. The companies want to bring themselves into your mind. Yeah, they are offering software updates that you remember. Oh, I have this application. Yeah, and so it is brought into your mind again, and possibly you will use then this software again. I think this could be also a possibility or a strategy for that. Yeah. Digital goods start with a high proportion of fixed cost due to their software development and programming. Yeah, so the investment starts with the development of a software, but there are different strategies. So we have two kind of project management tools that can be used to develop a software. The first one is Prince2. Yeah, I don't know if you know that. So the idea here is that if you want to develop a software, it will I have to look again for the correct word. So it was correct. So it will be a sequential production. You know, that all will be all steps will come behind the other one. Yeah, so this is typical for Prince2. So what you do, you have to you have to prepare the request, what you want to do. Then you make the design, then you make the software development, then you make the testing, and after the testing, okay, then you can go online with this new product. Yeah, this is the typical way, but yeah, when you use Prince2, you will then produce your software in one time, yeah, possibly with all possible features you want to have. So, and another one, other possibility is Scrum. Yeah, Scrum is other project management method where the idea is you will only prepare your software with only the necessary features that you need to go online. So it could be that your software will not be perfect, but you can work with it, but it doesn't have all features. The idea behind it is that first, you don't need a big budget for that. The second is you will be faster in the first moment, and the third is you directly can go to the market. And so if you will offer something completely new, a new idea, you can then check out what do the people think? Will they use it? Will they think, okay, this is convenient for me. I will use this software for me. Yeah, and so you will get an idea if you do like this in a very early stage of such a software, and you get a feedback what the consumers are thinking. Yeah. So, and if you get your feedback, then you will can then decide. Okay, we will produce a second part of the software. Yeah. So we will add some features, and we'll add it to our live version. Yeah, then you do that, and then you will make the same. You will then check again what will happen in the market. Yeah, are the people still happy with that, or will it become more successful? Yeah, so you will get an idea how successful you are with this software. And you can do that several times. Yeah, so it depends on the software. And if you know, if you will, we speak about increments in that case. Yeah, we speak about increments. So if an increment is positive in the result, then you can decide to make the next step. If you're not satisfied because you know, you see, oh, the people don't use my software anymore, or if it is, you can see that there's a stagnation, or it's going back because the people are the users are not happy with the software, then you know, okay, this was the last step. The last step was not successful. And so you don't need to revise your whole software. You only need to revise the last step, the last increment of your software. Yeah, you can have a look at the reasons, and you knew, okay, before that it was successful. And this makes it more easy for a company to not to risk too much budget for that. You can find out what the people, how the people react, and this gives you then all the indicators what you want to do in future. Yeah. So a project like this is also as complex as if you do that in complete, but you cut it into pieces, yeah, and then you check out how it works, yeah, and this is Scrum, yeah, SCRUM, yeah, this is Scrum. A strategy like this, so this is the tool, the strategy like this, it's called lean management, yeah, or lean digital. Some people say lean digital, and this is a strategy to reduce risk, to work with smaller budgets, yeah, and to follow the demand of the people. Yeah? So if you would prepare software like this in one time, you will not know first how successful it will be, and you will not know about the reasons, what the problems are when you will have one. And so this is something that we see today, how a software will be prepared. So and also, yeah, when you see here the words digital goods start with a high proportion of fixed cost, sure, you will have the fixed cost and they will be high, but you can reduce the fixed cost in the beginning, and you can check out how successful your software or your portal, whatever you produce, will be. Yeah. Yeah. So this is it's a kind of strategy with, yeah, that is normally used when you intend to produce an external software, so where you will get into direct contact with the consumers. Yeah? Yeah, so the tendency of variable costs of these goods show a tendency near zero. Yeah, so it depends. Yeah, but we saw the picture that with scalable costs and with the possibility of having access to all consumers in the world. Yeah. So, but what you need to do if you have a server and you offer digital goods is to take care on the capacity of this server. And if the capacity comes to an end, so you need a second server, and you need to double it, and a third one, and fourth one. And if you would produce physical products and you come to an end where you say, okay, the demand is so high, I can't produce anymore with the current situation. Then you need to expand your production, yeah, and you will have a big investment to double your production. And this is also something very special when we speak about digital goods. It gives you, it gives you a good chance to reduce costs, and it gives you the chance to minimize your risks, and and to check out how the people will react, and you have the chance to change your strategy, and yeah, and to find a way how to convince the consumers. Yeah, after programming and after launch of this product, there is no limit in the distributed number of pieces. Yeah, so that's and we speak then about first copy costs of development. Yeah, so this is very important to know, and you need to keep it in mind when it is spoken about that. That the digital market is a very special market. It can't be compared directly with the standard market. Okay, so let's the next page. Before we come to the next page, let's make our last break.